Hey everyone, hope you are really cool. What an amazing evening. Like, them two ladies are just pure fire. Like, got so much love and respect for both Elise and Funmi. Like, at different stages of their business. Like, Funmi joined on the 25th of June. Like, I could tell you Funmi's story because I've learned her story. Why have I learned her story? Because stories are what build your business. And it's not always your own story, it's learning other people's stories. And this is why the quality of our life lies within the quality of our relationships. If you don't get to know people, if you don't learn their story, how can you share stories? And the same with Elise. Like, Elise joined, 1 to 2 weeks before Christmas. And I just love that lady, like her energy, her passion, everything about her. Like, she's one of few people for me that captures people's attention. Like, she spoke for 25 minutes. Who felt like it was 10 minutes? Like me. Same with Funmi. Not sure how long Funmi spoke for, but it doesn't feel like she spoke for long. Now you've got me. We're going to be here for about an hour. So I apologize for that. No, we're not. We're not. So look, I wanted to share with you something. So what I want to talk to you about this evening, and I think Tracy might have put it in the promo, but I believe this is often in the world of network marketing the thing that is spoken about the least. I believe it is spoken about the least because it's boring as hell, right? And I'm a spontaneous person, and I'm going to share that with you in a moment because everybody has different personalities. So people say, oh, well, that suits a red person, a blue person, a green person. BS, right? We've all got personalities. However, what enables you to succeed, Funmi's just touched on it, is how you round yourself, how you learn and develop new skills and become rounded as a person. Like, I have a really good friend. He's he's almost like a mentor. He's one of the most personally developed and rounded individuals I know. But he never used to be. He used to be a little shit. Okay. But his dad said to him many years ago, son, you can't help the poor by being poor. And he went on a journey of self-growth and personal development, and he's become a different person. Who believes that they're a different person today than they was when they were a kid? Or even yesterday. It's called evolution and association and personal growth. So I want to talk to you really about this area, but I just want to share with you. Does anybody want to answer in the chat box what you honestly feel is the reason people don't succeed? Why do people not succeed in life? I'm gonna give you the secret, unless somebody else does it. Quit too easily. Good point. Give up. I'll tell you what it is. They don't flipping plan to succeed. Period. Right? Show me a business in the world that's massively successful without direction, without a plan, without a strategy, and without landmarks to hold themselves accountable to. Show me any business in the world that has achieved success, like massive success, without a plan to do it. Because I'm going to talk to you about planning this evening, but I'm going to break it down. I'm going to come from it from a different manner. Show me an athlete. Show me trying to think, athletics or tennis player. Everyone here, whether you are a sports person or not, you will have a preferred sport that you like to watch. My mum always used to like to watch ice skating or gymnastics. I used to like to watch football. I still like to watch football. So Formula One, fantastic. Tell me a sports star that has become successful without a diet plan and a fitness plan. There's the word plan in there. Tell me anybody that's gone on holiday without a plan. Now, this is a little bit of an easy one or a difficult one, because some people can say, well, I'm just spontaneous. I go off on holiday without planning. I've done that. I literally decided, I think on like the 1st of June, that I was going to Australia on the 6th of June for 4 days. Everyone thought I was mad, right? Now, you can say that wasn't planned. Well, it was planned because I had to book the flight and I had to follow an agenda to get there on time, to arrive, to have a plan to spend 4 days in Australia, to plan to get back on the plane to come back to the UK. So everything we do, like, too many people spend too much time planning a family holiday rather than planning their life. And if you want to succeed, you've got to learn to plan. Now, I want to share a little secret for you. This is going to blow your mind a little bit because I'm pretty confident no one's ever heard this before, because I haven't until it popped into my head today, right? Have you ever heard the philosophy? Give me a 5 in the comments. If you've ever heard this philosophy, give the job to a busy person because they get more done. Anyone heard that? Do you want to know why they get more done? Because they're that busy, they have to plan it. Because a busy person can't just flow. They have to plan. Like you take somebody that's got, let's look at Funmi for an example. Young family, highly, trying to think of the word, my brain's not working. She's got a really important job. She works in the healthcare industry. She works shifts. She doesn't know when her shifts are going to be. When she gets her shift for X amount of days ahead, I bet Funmi plans family time, business time. I bet she plans it around her shifts. Because if you give a job to a busy person, now I'm super spontaneous, right? I like to think I'm really spontaneous. So I could quite happily, like if, as some of you may know, I'll get Isabella and Alana are with us week on, week off. They're with their mum for a week. Jess is here most of the time. Sometimes she's with her dad. But if we were free, like at the weekend, I could quite happily just go and jump on a plane and go away for a couple of days. Like I could quite happily drive to the airport with my passport and get on the available flight. That would be super cool to me. I'm that spontaneous. Now, some people say I don't like to plan. Now, maybe some people have left the Zoom because they're spontaneous and they're like, Craig's talking about the most boring thing in the world. And I'll tell you why. Spontaneous people don't like to plan because they feel uncomfortable that they're committed to something. They're committed to something. Speaking to spontaneous people about a plan really annoys them. Right? Tracy's nodding, okay? But Tracy does like to plan because she's evolved into that. She might not have been like that in the past. In fact, I know a little bit about Tracy's past of her younger years. Let me tell you, she wasn't a planner, but we'll keep that quiet, right? So for me, I want to share something with you. I believe everyone can build their business on energy and excitement. Like energy and excitement. Has everyone ever heard this philosophy of ignorance on fire rather than knowledge on ice? That was me. When I first got into network marketing, I used to drive my mum and dad mad because I was like a freaking whirlwind, right? I was like crazy. Like everything was on the phone back then. And I used to work at Audi and my mum had this really nice office and me and my dad had this tiny little box in the garage, right? Just saying, right? And I used to be able to type really quickly because I used to work on the tills at Audi when you had to memorize the prices when I was 19, right? Long time ago. So I would be able to put the phone down and type another number before my dad had even picked the phone up. It used to drive him mad, right? But I was excited. I had all this energy, and I just wanted to speak to as many people as I could. But what I learned along the way is the only way that you're going to blast through that self-imposed glass ceiling is to plan. You will only get so far on ignorance on fire. You will only get so far on energy and excitement. And I believe you could probably get to, maybe even director on energy and excitement if that energy and excitement is directed into activity. So I'm going to share some more stuff with you in a moment. And then I'm going to share with you how you can turn your business around and achieve every goal, dream, and ambition you've ever had this campaign coming and this year. Who wants to hear that, just out of curiosity? Cool. So energy and excitement and everything, but it gets to a point where you've got to plan. And I'll tell you why it gets to a point if you've got to plan, because you'll go into overwhelm as your team starts to grow, as your customer, even if you're just building a customer base. I'll be honest with you, the more customers you get, right? If you don't have some kind of plan to service them, I love what Elise said, them little packs that she sends out to her customers. I think I'm just about to spend a few £100 sending. I'm probably not going to spend that amount of money, but I'm going to send loads of stuff out anyway. But it gets to the point where you need to have a plan, because you need to plan how you can distribute your digital catalogs, how you can show up online, how you can service your customers. So regardless of whether you're just retailing or you're building a business, it gets to a point where there's a lot to do. Like if you want to be a leader in this business, embrace overwhelm, embrace it, sweat. I don't know if anyone's read the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Like sometimes I see what people write in chats and I'm like, and you wonder why your business isn't building. Where attention goes, energy flows, right? I'm just being beautifully and openly honest. And I tell you why, because I'm so passionate about our business. I'm so passionate about 2023. And I can tell you now, this business is exploding whether you and I are on board, but I'm going to be on board. So sometimes I look at things and I'm like, And I'm like, do I reach out to them? Will they be offended? And most of you know that you've had a message from me, maybe on the occasions, but I do it out of love and care. If I didn't believe in you, I probably wouldn't message you. I just want to point that out, right? So if you've had that message from me, you know, it's because I care, which some of you have. Put your hand up if you've had that message from me, just out of curiosity. Tracy's had me go, babe, get out your own way. And she loves it. Right?
I've had more than just messages from you, yeah.
Right, so you've got to plan. Second thing you need to do, you need to personally develop. Like people that aren't, and Funmi's done a fantastic training, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but the main thing I'm talking about is planning. But the reason why I wanted to touch on this is energy and excitement will get you so far. But if you don't add planning and personal development to that, you're going to hit a brick wall every day of the week, okay? Every single day of the week. How to go from overwhelm to overdrive? Planning and personal development. Okay, so let's just kind of let's settle some truths right now. Why do plans fail? Anybody got an idea why plans fail? I'll give you the first reason why plans fail. All thought, no action. All thought, no action. Has anyone ever heard this philosophy of an imperfect plan started today is better than a perfect plan started tomorrow? Stop putting off till tomorrow. Stop coming up with excuses. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you will never do both, period. Like you're in the right business at the right time, in the right team, with the right opportunity to go out there and achieve your goals. You've just got to dare to dream and be prepared to work to win. So, I mean, 3 reasons why I believe plans fail. Number 1, all thought, no action. Number 2, it was touched on by Pam earlier. People give up too soon. Oh, I didn't get instant gratification. Oh, I put a post up and didn't sell anything. Like, stop focusing on the likes. Like there's people that are in our business now, right? So Elise has joined the business, right? I want to share something. I remember talking to Elise like 3 years ago, and I remember thinking, that lady's so cool. I'd love to have her in my business. And I remember thinking that. And we've developed a social relationship. I've never once pitched Elise. Ever. There's another lady that's recently joined the business. She's on tonight. She's one of the most amazing and inspirational ladies. Since I met her 3 years ago, we've had her speaking on our events. Her name's Danny Simpson. And I think she's phenomenal. She's a best-selling author. She does a lot of like manifestation and clarity. And my brain's gone. She's doing a serenity thing at the moment. And I remember thinking, I'd love to have this woman in my business. Not once did I pitched her until recently. I probably did. But I found out that Elise and myself had Danny on our lists. We both had Danny on our list. There's other people that have come in. Why am I telling you this? Can't remember. Anyway, I've gone off track. So, but yeah, what I'm getting at is it's taken 3 years for both of them to join the business. They've been watching. They've been made aware. Elise touched on this. People are always watching. Pam just mentioned it. Don't analyze your metrics on vanity. It's not about like how many people like or how many people view. It's about how many open conversations you can have. Like so many people pick and choose like what they're going to do. Like, oh, let me look at this business. So that's the success system that guarantees my success. Let me do that one. Yeah, I might do that one as well. Like it's not a pick and mix. For everyone who lives in the UK, you'll have heard of Woolworths, famous for its pick and mix. Where is it now? Pick and mix don't work. This is a jigsaw to your success. Missing piece, missing link. So people give up too soon. Like we live in a world of instant gratification. I know, flick a kettle, kettle boys, microwave meal, switch a light, whatever. It's not real. I've just been to Los Angeles, in case any of you didn't know. I know Elise is going to love that, right? Because I'm talking about it all the time. Los Angeles, the most amazing place. Hollywood Boulevard, very disappointing. But being with Oriflame, absolutely phenomenal. Why was I telling you about Hollywood Boulevard? Yeah, we watch movies. And we watch a 3-hour movie where we see a whole lifetime and we expect the same instant gratification in our life. It's not real. Stop being hypnotized by movies and TV and the news and all the society-related BS that doesn't make a difference to your life. Do you know what? I'm going off on a bit of a tangent now, but I'm going to share this with you, right? There's things you can control, there's things you can influence, and there's things you have to accept, okay? Control. You can only control your decisions, your actions, and your choices in the moments when no one else is watching. Your control of your attitudes, the way you treat people, and the way you act and the choices you make. Influence. We get to influence absolutely freaking everybody, right? We get to influence people by having a positive influence. That's what I love about this business. It's become the most important thing in my life, like having a positive influence, whether that's on Luba, the kids, you guys, my mum, my neighbors. I just want to have a positive influence. Why not? Like, you know, I'm sure you all know, like, make a positive influence in one person's life every day and your life will change for the better forever. Like, just show up and be great, right? Like, even simple things, smiling at somebody, saying hello, opening a door open, you know, simple little gestures. Like some of you may have noticed this, right? It's in my blood. Not one of you have ever seen me walk, as a lady, have ever seen me walk in a door before you, ever. Because I just think it's courteous and kind to open the door and let ladies go first. If it's Harvey, I push him out the way. I know he's on. No, I'm only joking. I always say age before beauty with Harvey, and he just gives me a slap usually. But anyway, people give up too soon. Second, the third thing, why plans fail. People have no discipline. We have no discipline. Okay, like, give a job to a busy person. They have to be disciplined. They have a short period of time to get stuff done. That's the whole focus. Look, I'm going to share a little story with you. Can I just share a quick story with you about somebody in my business years ago that was earning $2,500 a month full-time, part-time. Then when they went full-time, their business dropped to £400 income a month. Can I share that story with you? So there was a couple in my business, amazing couple. One was an accountant, one was a manager of Showcase Cinema, and they were both working 60 hours a week in their jobs. And they were working very part-time on their business, right? And they worked hard. They were literally super excited. They were at every event. They were following the system. They were working the numbers. And part-time, they built their business to qualify for holidays and to qualify and to earn over, on average, £2,000 to £2,500 every 4 weeks, right? That was their income. It got, I'm not going to mention the names, got to a point where they're like, right, we're going to hand, well, one of them was going to hand the notice in, the guy that was the manager of the Showcase Cinema. As soon as he handed his notice in, he had all the time in the world to get stuff done. And he got less done full-time than he got done part-time. There was two reasons for it. One, he had all day to get it done. When you've got all day to get something done, how long does it take you? All freaking day, right? All freaking day. Give a job to a busy person. If you want that mindset, become some people say, I work full time. I'm like, great. How hungry are you? Right? Do you want to stay there forever? The second reason was you never know how you're going to respond or react when you go full time. When you've got a job and you work this part time, there's no pressure. Even when you're earning $2,500 a month, when you then go full time, all of a sudden there's a pressure. Now you might be the kind of person like me that thrives under pressure, or like this guy that gets paralyzed under pressure. I want to give you a little finishing focus on this story. This guy went back to work after 2 months because I said, mate, you need to go back to work. He went back to work. Guess what happened to his income in his part-time business? It was back at $2,500 within 3 months. Work part-time on your fortune and full-time on your income. Now, as they built the business, he wanted to quit his job. I said, look, get 6 months of income in your bank before you quit your job, because then there's some security and some strength. So my message is be disciplined. Discipline your disappointments and be disciplined. If you've got X amount of time done, like, has anyone ever read the book 4 Hour Working Week by Tim Ferriss? Right? I'm going to be honest. I've really digressed, but I'm going to be really honest. My mate, one of my really good friends, I said something to him the other day and he sent me a picture of the book and I'm like, I don't believe it. Because I don't believe, like, I haven't got my head around working 4 hours a week. Number one, I'd be bored. I was going to swear then. I'd be really bored, right? Because this isn't work to me, it's a passion. So maybe I don't even work any hours a week, to be quite honest with you. But the key that I wanted to share this with you, every single notification on my phone is switched off. Do you know why? Because I want to be on purpose, not distracted. And the biggest challenge for everybody on here is you're distracted by that ping of a notification. You're distracted by that new email. You're distracted about that WhatsApp or that Facebook message. I read your messages, if you send me one, when I go into Facebook Messenger. When I go onto Facebook, I see my notifications. So I've got all of my notifications turned off. The only one I've not got turned off is my front doorbell, and it's getting on my nerves at the moment. So it's getting turned off tonight, right? But I've got every notification turned off. And from that book, that's the one thing that I picked up that revolutionized my life. Because instead of being bossed by what the day brings to me, like other people, right? I now boss my day because I wake up with passion and purpose. So if your notifications are on your phone, turn them off. Do you know why? Because they're distracting you. And then plan your business, right? I'm going to go onto Facebook. But do you know what? I'm so excited in the morning because, like, some of you may know my routine. Like, I get up in the morning. I'm not an early bird. Don't believe in the 5 a.m. club. Got nothing against it, but screw you. I want to be alive, not at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? There was a motive to my screw the 9 to 5, but I got the terminology wrong, so forgive you. I didn't mean screw you. Right. So I get up, take the girls to school, and then I go to the gym mostly. I haven't been to the gym since I've been back from LA, bit of a fatty. But I go to the gym and I sit outside the gym with a cup of coffee and I spend 30 minutes on social media. I have so much fun in that 30 minutes. I'm like messaging people, interacting on their content. I'm like, oh, happy birthday messages. Honestly, I know that sounds ridiculous, but I really enjoy that because it ain't work. It's opening conversations like Elise was talking about earlier. And then I'm like, well, when my content goes up, I've done my interaction. If people see it, people see it. If they don't, say Levi, I'll keep going. Yes, I am a gym slacker. Back in there tomorrow, mate. Get rid of the man boobs. So 3 reasons why people fail. All thought, no action. Give up too soon. No discipline. So what next? How do we make the shift? So I want to give you 5 things that are going to revolutionize your business, your focus, and your planning, in my opinion. If you want to succeed, make the shift. How we change is how we succeed. Do not be the person that procrastinates and says, oh, I'm busy, I'll do that tomorrow, okay? Get super excited about your business. We should be finishing strong. If those of you know me, I believe in start fast, finish strong. So I know the campaign's not over, so you'll all be hustling, no doubt, for whatever you're looking to do to achieve and who you're looking to support. Go and absolutely smash it. The final furlong is where success is often won. But be ready to start fast. Number 1, decide exactly what it is you want. Like, come on, get clear and clarity. What is it that you actually want? Like, you joined this business for a reason. If you remove the lack of belief, the laziness, I know that sounds really harsh, right? But you can make excuses, you can make money, you can't do both, right? Like, it's not easy. No one said it was easy. They said it was worth it, okay? There's a lot of lazy people in the world. Do you know what? Since COVID, I think people are so freaking lazy. I've been trying to get someone to fix a dishwasher at one of my houses for 2 months. Lazy dishwasher people, right? Anyway, won't be recruiting them. So decide exactly what it is you want. What do you want to achieve? What, it could be financial freedom. It could be new car. It could be a holiday. I know this is goal setting stuff, but you can't plan to achieve something if you don't know what you're going to achieve. It's like going on holiday. Nobody gets on a train to nowhere. No one gets on a plane to nowhere. And let me tell you this, no one's going to follow you on a journey to nowhere either. Nobody is going to follow you on a journey to nowhere. Like, some of you have my goal, like some of you will know my goals, some of you might not. I share some of my personal goals, like I share some of my ridiculous goals with leaders, like, and stuff that I just like share with people. I talk about stuff sometimes. Last night I was looking at Porsches, not gonna lie, and I'm having this inner civil war. I'm like, you don't need one, but I want one. And I'm like, Craig, you don't need to buy one this year. And then I'm like, when did Porsches become so expensive? Anyway, so decide exactly what you want, but it's got to be congruent. Like, don't just go and say, I want this because you want to keep up with the Joneses. It's got to matter to you. Why did you join the business in the first place? Okay, and I want you to remove your inhibitions. Oh, well, I'd like that, but I don't know if I can get it. You ain't going to get nothing, folks, let's be honest, right? You've just got to have some... Do you know what? My mum told me years ago, it takes guts to succeed. A genuine urge to succeed. Take a little bit of courage to break away from the norm. So decide what it is you actually want to achieve. Like you could talk about brand partner platinum, team manager, senior team manager, director, super duper lemonade trooper, could be income related, could be a holiday, whatever. Decide what you want. Number 2, simple thing. And again, Funmi's touched on goals as well. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but write your goal. Doesn't have to be goals, by the way. It could just be one goal. It's what matters to you. I've got like probably 2 really clear goals that are reward based this year, right? Two really, really big goals. Everything is around them 2 goals. One of them's related to my mum. Well, they're both related to my mum actually, but one of them's related to travel. One of them's related to home. Okay. It's about creating an environment and creating memories. Everything else is built around that. So write your goal or your goals down. Now, some people are like, well, I've written them down. Do you know what? Write them down again, revisit them. You don't have to have 101 goals. It could be 1 goal, could be 5 goals, just things that matter to you. There is a scientific research, and I don't even know the best way to put this because I'm not the most intelligent person in the world. I'm the most developed, not the most articulate, right? So I'm most developed for me, but there's a scientific evidence to prove that when you write stuff down, it goes into your brain more. Okay, I don't know what the most scientific correct way to put that is. So write your goals down on paper. You could just think, actually, look, I just want to write goals down for campaign 4. And you might go to campaign 4, I want to achieve brand partner platinum. Can I be honest with you? Platinum's a cinch when you want it. Like when you get to platinum and you look back, you'll be like, that was easy. When you're looking up at it, it looks far away. Trust me. So we've always got to remove that vision and just go, look, this is what I want to achieve. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how a plane takes off. I have no idea how a plane flies. I mean, let's be really openly honest. When you see them big cruise ships, how the flipping hell do they even float? Right? But you get on it anyway. You go on a plane, right? How does a plane actually even manage to flipping fly with that many people on that size? I don't know, but exactly, Pam. I trust the process. Most people have no idea how a car works, but you get in it and drive it. We won't talk about cars today, will we, Tracy? So, but most people don't know how a car works, but you trust the fact if you get in it, start the engine, put your foot down. So try not to focus on the mechanics so much is what I'm trying to say. Focus on the goal, get a plan in place. Smashing day. So first thing, set a deadline. Right, so these are just like 4 little things, right? So, A, decide what you want, write it down, set a deadline. And I know this sounds really, really crazy, but do you know why I always teach people to build their business around qualifying for the trips? Because it's do or die. You either qualify or you don't. There is an imposed deadline that you must achieve. The challenge is with setting our own goals and our own deadlines is sometimes we're like, oh, I'll do it next month. Okay, that's not going to work. Like, you just need to have this do or die deadline. Personal satisfaction. And you know what? It doesn't matter whether you achieve it. It matters whether you go for it. It matters whether you give it your best shot. And you can just say, do you know what? I gave it my all. I didn't quite get there, but damn, I'm proud of myself. That's the main thing. But you have to have a deadline to work towards. So create your own personal do or die deadline. Just like going on holiday. We get everything done in the last couple of days. Why? Because that's when we got to get on the plane or we miss it, for those of you that like to go on holiday. And then the last thing is to make a list of the 4th thing, to make a list of absolutely everything you can think of that you need to do to achieve your goal. Now, with all honesty, in our business, that's all mapped out for you. Like, a lot of people talk about looking at going onto this training, that training, looking for the magic sauce or the secret sauce. The secret sauce is in our system. The challenge is people don't follow it. We've got 30-30. If you follow that and raise the bar with it and bring your energy, your passion and your purpose, and you focus on the process, you focus on getting more done, the secret is to do the do. Exactly, Pam. Exactly. Then finally, schedule everything in a plan. Here comes the boring bit. The boring bit. Like, I can make plans really super quickly right now, but like, you've got to have a plan. Now, if you take that 30-30, like, most people don't get it done on a daily basis because they don't plan to get it done. It's not about having stuff go on. Like, we've all got stuff in life. We've all got challenges. We've all got pets. We've all got, you know, kid related stuff, like Uber drivers, whatever you want to call it, right? We've all got stuff. So we have to plan our business around our life. And this is the magic. This is where you've got the autonomy to be free, do your job, be, you know, have, you know, if you've got a full-time job, you know, be the mother or the father you want to be the sister or the partner that you want to be, but build your business in and around that. Why? I didn't get that one, Tracy. Right. So schedule everything in a plan. And the best way to do this is white space. Has anyone heard the philosophy of white space? Okay. So I could say white bits, but you'd get all the wrong impression, wouldn't you? Right. So I'm going to say white space. So basically, if you take a weekly plan, and, you know, I can pop one in all the chats, and this just helps you. You can use Google Calendar. You can use, you know, calendar on your iPhone, or you can write it down on a bit of paper first, right? And you can literally take a daily plan, and you can put in all of your commitments. So, for example, like, but when I take the girls to school, I can't do any work. When I go to the gym, I listen to a podcast, right? You know, if you're having your family meals, or, you know, you're at work, you schedule all of your stuff in. If you're going to watch the kids play football, you'll probably schedule that into your plan, right? And once you've got your commitments in, right, it will present to you what I call white space. And your white space is all of the areas in which you can build your business. Now, people say I haven't got any time. We've all heard the philosophy of the 164 hours in a week. I'm not going to go into that. We've all got the time. We've just got to, you've got to learn to use it on purpose. And this is the difference between having all of your notifications on and being distracted by the world, rather than waking up and being on purpose every single day. So that's the mission. Get your own personal plan in place. Like, one of the things that I find really beneficial is to-do lists. Not everybody likes to-do lists, but I tell you what, if I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, like, my day's going to be so unproductive tomorrow. And I am one of the most spontaneous people on the planet. I believe that. Maybe you may be more spontaneous, but I believe that I'm super crazy, super spontaneous. Final thing is, if your plan doesn't scare you, it's probably not big enough. If your plan doesn't scare you, it's probably not big enough. Somebody in my team taught me that a long time ago. And and this is what I want to show you something visual. I'm going to try and explain it, right? So imagine, it's really difficult, isn't it? Imagine that that's like a weekly plan, and it's sectioned into days, right? Imagine you've got all of your life planned on a week, and you look at it and you think, geez, I'm really busy. Do you know the art is to fold it up and just look at today, because tomorrow doesn't matter. Sometimes we look at the big picture and we look at like everything we've got to do this week. But when you then just break it down and focus on the one day that truly counts, I couldn't tell you what's in my diary tomorrow. I know there's things scheduled because I've scheduled them when I spoke to people, but actually, literally just focus on one day at a time. So look, loads of love to you all. It's been a super cool night. I just wanted to speak to you about planning for success, because I really do believe the number one reason people don't succeed is because they don't even plan to.